It's really strange. If I'm sure all of us would agree, and including me, that at some point in our sporting clays shooting career, the rabbit, for some reason, becomes everybody's bogey bird. I get some people here frequently saying, "Oh, have you got a rabbit on?" "Oh, I hate the rabbit." Some people love it. Well, the rabbit is just a friendlier target as any other that we'll shoot on the course. It's about approach, and how we shoot it always makes the big difference. Now, you've heard us talk of the 7 P's, proper planning and preparation prevents poor performance. Well, that's exactly the same with this. In my experience, most rabbit targets are invariably missed in front or over the top. Now, the reason that is because people come and look at a rabbit, and for the first time we're going to shoot a target, of course, rolling along the ground, and it has background. That's the big difference. When you shoot a rabbit, there's no big blue sky, you've got background, you've got objects behind it, next to it, and so on, which, if anything, tends to enhance our perception of speed. Whatever distance a rabbit is shot at, I guarantee it looks faster than what it truly is. And that's the first thing we have to accept. The rabbit's never quite as fast as what it is. But again, as I've said, it's got background, so our eyes see it somewhat differently. Now again, we talked about the various methods, and of course I use the Churchill-Silcox pull-away method, and I think without doubt that is the best. Whether you're going to shoot maintain lead on other targets or you prefer to shoot the swing through system, without doubt the rabbit, if you really want to nail it, I think you'll find the pull-away method is best. Again, we go back again to the 3 P's this time. You know, you pick the target up, you point at it, and then you pull away. Making contact with any target, as we've said before, is the successful part of the shot. Without making contact with it, you're not giving the brain, the pilot, the ability to make a consistent and accurate judgment on how far ahead, if you see distance in front, that you need to push the gun forward. So pointing at it is most important. And one of the great tips I was always given was, when shooting a rabbit, shoot his front legs off. And I have to say, best bit of advice I was ever given. If you're going to come up on the rabbit, you come up on that front edge, the bottom front edge. So if he's going right to left, shoot his front left legs off. If he's going left to right, shoot his front right legs off. And again, don't forget, you're going to be shooting at the base of the rabbit. We don't want the shot to go over the top. Now, of course, if you're going to shoot at the base of the rabbit, the good thing is you will get a bit of advantage, because if you're going to hit the ground, or if the part of the shot's hitting the ground, you will get hopefully some pellets bounce up, because you need all that pellet power to give that rabbit a good crack. Don't forget though, even if you chip it, always, referee will tell you, it counts. But what we want is a good break. We want lots of energy hitting that target. And remember, come up on his front legs. Don't go zooming away. If you go on to any shot, like we spoke before, and definitely with the rabbit, is don't go in there with this concept of thinking about this dreadful word lead first. Don't stop focusing on that. Lead is something, or distance in front, you add once you've made contact. And that's really important. Okay, right, we put the gun down. Good old rabbit clay. As you can see, thick as clay on the course. So as I said, you're going to need all that energy, that pellet power, to get a good chunk off or break that rabbit big enough, remember, for the ref to see. Now, going back what we said, we can get eye deception. So to a degree, and again, if you start getting obsessed with this lead in front before you think of anything else, we need to have a look at what's really happening. Out of all the shots that we take on the sporting course, truly the rabbit is the only target where we clearly see the end result of the shot, because we're seeing pellets hitting the ground. Now, of course, invariably, when the pellets hit the ground, majority of people naturally assume that if you've missed the target, they see the pellets hit the ground, you've missed it behind. Well, just let this sink in like we've said. Here's the rabbit. He's coming along, okay? What do? You get onto that rabbit and all you're worried about is lead. So you go zooming away because you think the rabbit's travelling faster than it is. So you get out, you come up, you zoom away, and of course you shoot here, okay? Shoot here. Now what happens is this. You come up on it, you come in front, bang. Now the pellets are in the air. And in actual fact, what they do is they miss the rabbit in front. The rabbit rolls on, but the pellets are still travelling, and then they hit the ground once the rabbit has passed the line of the pellets. So of course you see the dust fly up here, the rabbit's here, and everybody goes, oh, you missed that one, mate, you missed that, you know, you were that far behind. So what do? Again, you get obsessed with this lead. The rabbit's fast, so you think, and it comes out and you roar off. Now you're 10 miles in. Look, you're a load more in front. And what do? Bang! So of course them pellets, they go past in front of the rabbit rolls on, and the pellets take even more time to hit the ground behind it. Which again, by the time the pellets hit the ground, the rabbit's over here. And your mate goes, God, you're still behind that. Well, unfortunately, you're not. You're getting further and further in front. So think of it that way. So the remedy, or what we see, the result of that shot, is sometimes misleading. We see the pellets hit the ground. Now, of course, the only time that we see the pellets, if we see the pellets hit the ground and it doesn't break, what we hope is we see the pellets hit the ground, if you like, maybe a bit low. Okay, if the pellets hit the ground a bit low and he rolls on, you see it, then you can raise. Now remember, most of our guns should hopefully be shooting 40%, obviously at the base of the target, 60% above. So you really want to make sure that you are getting on that bottom front edge. Okay, if you're coming up too high, maybe then the power of your shot, the majority of pellets are actually going over the top again of the rabbit. There's not enough pellets on there to break it. You might find when we pick targets up here, there's an odd hole or two in the rabbit, hasn't broken. So remember, when you're coming onto that rabbit, okay, let's have a quick look. Get onto the bottom, get onto his front legs, shoot his legs off. It's an old countryman thing. Shoot the legs off the rabbit, because then there's plenty of meat to put in the pie. And it's not bad help, it's good info. So when we look at it, right, now again we go back. Don't go too far back, don't race it. Okay, no matter how fast that target is released from a machine, there's no clay that can outrun you. So your pickup point is vitally important. You come further and further back to the release point, okay, on the machine. He comes out, you're going to chase him. You hurl the gun ahead of the target in the hope you're going to create enough distance in front. The shot is out of control, and it's a hit and hope shot. Remember the old saying, what's hit is history. For most people, what's missed is a mystery. So take the mystery out of this rabbit by the right pickup point, pick him up, point at him, use those 3 Ps, get on the front legs, and then pull away if you need to. And that's good sound advice. But remember, shoot the front legs. That means most of your pellet force is going to hit that down here. It's going to hit the body of the clay. It's going to break it. If you come onto that front leg, okay, you should see those pellets, and if they're going to kick up a dust at the ground, not behind it, where it should be shot, okay, it would give you an indication maybe as to next time I'm going to give the shot a bit more energy, pull away from it that little bit more, but come onto the front legs before you pull away. Use the target as a reference point. That means you'll get proper speed, line, and angle. Contact is success, particularly with Ronnie Rabbit. We've talked about preparation, very important. When I've been walking around and observing people shoot rabbits, not only here but at other shoots, their preparation is very poor. And that can be both the low gun shooter and the pre-mounted, the high gun shooter too. Now remember, what we want is, for both of those styles, we need to converge from below the line of the rabbit run up onto the target. Now very quickly, please forgive me, but I see people doing this. That's not low gun, it's not high gun. That's an in-between rubbish. I'm sorry if I upset you, but doing this, if you head off and doing that, it's not a technique at all. You need to either make a positive decision. You are going to shoot pre-mounted high gun, or you're going to shoot low gun, and that's properly shooting with a shotgun. The other thing is, this isn't low gun. Okay, you don't put it in and then do that. That we talked before. So now we're going to look at the rabbit preparation. Hopefully I've decided on my break point. I'm now hopefully going to get the right pickup point. Now I'm going to start with a high gun shot, pre-mounted. You'll notice I'm going to set my barrel a little bit below that run so I can lift that barrel up and converge onto that rabbit. And I'm going to try and make contact, of course, with his front legs and put the energy in as I shoot. So we're going to do a dry run with the target, but let's have a look, see if I've got the pickup point correct to start. Pull, bang, pull, bang. Hopefully you could see that was pretty good. We'll do it again. So that's where just a little bit of experience comes in. I've got the pickup point. Now as you'll see, I'm a little bit below that run, and all I'm going to do is gently come up and I'm going to converge onto the target. Okay. Pull. Bang. Pull. Bang. We'll do that one again because I had the pickup point wrong and I had to chase it. So let me bring the pickup point out a little bit. I've come out a little bit more. I'm a little bit below the run to converge. Pull. Bang. Pull. Bang. Now hopefully that worked. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a low gun shot. Now my gun starts here because I've got to be below the rabbit run. Watch. Now people look at me when I've been shooting rabbits, and remember, the further the rabbit is away, or that target line is away, the bigger the movement I'm going to need to create. So I'm starting here. As you can see, the elevation of my barrel is at a height and an angle that allows me to come up and converge. Let's just try it with a rabbit. Now as you can see, hopefully my eye is where the pickup point is. My barrel start point, of course, is now in advance of my eye. It's already starting to go in the direction of the rabbit because that's what my finger will want to do. Pull. Bang. Pull. Bang. Now of course, as you saw, the rabbit jumps. This is the big advantage whether you're a high gun or low gun shooter with setting your gun below that flight path, because if that rabbit jumps, I can move up to it. If my gun is set too high, I come down, then it jumps, then my gun's going to be all over the place. We'll try one more low gun. Now, I've got my eyes in the set point. My gun, of course, my finger is in advance of my eye, going in the direction of the target. Pull. Bang. Oh. Pull. Bang. Oh. And thank you on the button there. That was a perfect leaping rabbit, which is, believe me, that wasn't planned, but hey, the great thing about shooting the rabbit is always remember, They are unpredictable. Never expect. Do not assume, because assumption is the mother of all bad shots. So never assume. We'll try it once more. Let's see if he stays on the ground. Okay, eye line, gun at the right level, barrels going in the direction the bird's going to go. Pull. Bang. Okay, let's have a go, shall we? Make sure the mount's proper, no dropping of head. Pull. Pull. And of course, that resolves the issue of Mr. Rabbit. So the gun down position, I'm going to close. I'm still going to look, and I'm still going to start where I'm going to break it. I want to come back. My gun is below. I've got a good eye line. Okay, let's just see now. I don't want to make too much movement because I'll come up in front of it if I do. Pull. And I believe that resolves the issue. I tried to take a little bit longer so you could see. I didn't want to rush them out. You could see the approach from underneath the rabbit. So we came up. I would have hit it a little bit earlier, but again, didn't want to see the rabbit, if you like, the technique rush. So hopefully you saw it was a nice long approach. I came up, got good contact, squeezed the trigger. There we go.